So welcome if you're joining us in the recording. I am actually really excited because Mary and I were just chatting about what it looks like to get started. I mean, here, most of us have had some good experiences using essential oils, right? Maybe it's just for our own personal, like, for emotional use, or maybe like a different physical health benefit. I know for me, 11 years ago, it was with my children. So I have five little boys. And at the time, I had two of those boys, and they kept getting ear infections. And for me, like, I mean, we're talking like multiple rounds of antibiotics, like just going back to the doctor over and over, and not even knowing that I could find something natural. Like, not, I was that new to natural things. I really had no idea. So I was grateful my friend shared some oils with me. I used actually lavender and basil, which are two really good oils for ear health. And I used those oils, and they worked so quickly and actually like efficiently, on my children, that I was pretty skeptical. Even like I got some and I was using them, and I was like, oh, I'm sure it was the multiple rounds of antibiotics. I'm sure it wasn't the oils. It couldn't possibly be the oils, right? And so it took a little while for me to really have the experience that I needed to feel confident in just opening my mouth to talk about something, because like, no, first of all, nobody wants to look stupid, right? None of us want to look stupid, and none of us want to give wrong information. Those are things that can really stop us from wanting to open our mouths, right? And so one thing that I learned about how to use oils and share them really just came through multiple like months of, just practicing, just getting out there and having my own experiences. And just one second. My children, speaking of those children, they come in here and then they leave my doors open. Anyway, so what I want to share with you all is actually what I feel has been the greatest way for me to use oils for myself and then confidently recommend them to other people just in my natural conversations. All right. Now, when I first started using this, it was not on my own members area website. Okay. So I put it on a website for you guys because it's very easy to find this way. But this is our team website. So if you're a member of our team, which you are, this is EOEmembers.com. EOE actually stands for Essential Oil Expert. Okay, this is like the community and team that we've been working and building for the last decade. So we made this website for you. Now, if you're just wanting to learn how to use oils, which all of us are, even myself, I still want to learn more about how to use oils, then what we do is we go to EOEmembers.com and we go to the blue side. Okay, the blue side is our how to learn about and how to use your doTERRA oils. Now, here's the thing. 90% of what you need to know to do this business, honestly, is just on the blue side. Like the purple side is more like learning how to be an entrepreneur and like learning how to build a list and contact your list. And it's good stuff. But if you're the type that kind of gets a little bit overwhelmed, like really easily, and you're just like, okay, just start me out with a few simple things, like for sure, hang out on the blue side and just become your own wellness advocate, become your own person that knows how to do this for yourself. Then those conversations, Mary, what you had said to me earlier was like, sometimes I just don't know like how to open my mouth and talk to people. Well, I'm pretty positive that once you have some really amazing personal stories, that it'll be easy for you because because you can't help yourself, right? So let's jump here into Access Oil Education. Now, if this is your first time ever accessing it, you will just create your own little account. And we just have you create an account because this is just for our team, right? So if I ever see somebody's name come through and they're not on our team, I have my assistant check these things and we just kindly but efficiently delete their account because this is our stuff, right? So I'm already a member, obviously, so I just log into my account there automatically. Now, this is going to be obvious, but I'm just going to say what I recommend you do here is start with the welcome video. Like, there's a reason why it's at the top. This little section with this button right here, this will teach you how to use this little customer interface. This customer interface here is available not only for you, but for all of your customers. So as you think about sharing essential oils with others, you don't have to send them to this website and then never talk to them again. But imagine that once you have a customer who's like, yeah, I want to get started. Like, let's get a top 10, a starter package with the top 10 oils and the diffuser, right? So you've got this customer, they've got their oils, and then they're kind of like, well, now what do I do? You know, how do I use the oils? Well, here in this website on this blue side, you can give them this information yourself if you want, or you can just send them here and they can subscribe to our new member messages. And these new member messages, I recommend you sign up for them. But these new member messages are all generic. Okay, so it's not going to be like, hey, it's Kirsten Kirschbaum here, like blah, 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 because they don't know who Kirsten Kirschbaum is, you know? So this whole website is actually designed to be like your own. Do you know what I mean? It's like your oils coach or whatever. And so this is our community. So they can subscribe. I'm never going to try to like talk to your people for you or anything like that. It's just your own system. So subscribe to the messages. That's really where you start. We also created a little quick start checklist, which is pretty nice. And it just kind of teaches people like, well, what are some of the things that you can do as a member of our community? Well, the first thing you're going to do is learn about and use your oils. So we tell people where to do that. Check out the wholesale customer section. That's here, right? On the left, okay? And then step 2, customize your first monthly wellness order. So we actually send them back to you to help them learn about the oils they got and maybe even customizing like their first loyalty rewards shopping cart. What, you know, maybe you could do a wellness consult with them just to discover what it is that they might need, right? Step 3 is for you and them to begin the oils masterclass. So this is like deeper dive into some really cool essential oil education. Now, if you don't want to come back to this website all the time to like keep, you know, like you're all like, okay, oils masterclass, like which one am I on? You can actually subscribe to the automated essential oils masterclass by just clicking there, and we'll send you every single day for 21 days a new message all about essential oils. And like, it's a little bit different than the new member messages. That's a little bit more like, you know, the new member stuff is a little bit more like housekeeping kind of items like doTERRA, who we are, here's your account, that kind of stuff. The oils masterclass is like, are you ready to reinvent healthcare? What are essential oils? How do you use them? Like, and then we actually go into more specific things like oils for pain, oils for sleep, oils for stress. So if somebody just wants to kind of receive a little message every day, they can subscribe there. If they want to just come back to the website and choose their own, like they're like, you know what, I don't want to wait for the messages to send to me. I want to go directly to oils for green cleaning. Okay, right here, I just see that one. There's a whole page created. Like, I know it's nerdy, but like this makes me want to like, I just want to shout because I'm just like, yeah, green cleaning, you know, like it talks about all this stuff and then gives them recipes, recommended products. So if they want to start with green cleaning and then you teach them about their loyalty reward shopping cart, they could set up like their own little monthly shopping cart, trying a few different products for green cleaning. Isn't that cool? It's just fun. And like, so when you try it and you become more familiar with it, then it's easier for you to be like, hey, you know what? This is what I'm doing. These are the products I'm cleaning my house with. And this is how I'm getting stuff for free, because you learn about the loyalty rewards program, which gives you like, you know, all this free stuff back, right? So it's pretty cool. So that's why, you know, again, there's a few different options for how you like to receive information. I personally am more of a, I want to go and find exactly what I want and learn about it kind of a girl. But some people are not, some people are like, no, you know what, just shoot me a text every day or shoot me a Facebook Messenger every day, and I'd like to go through the whole 21-day course. We've broken it down for you. Whichever way you want to experience it is all good. But I'm sure you're starting to see now how when you go through this yourself, you have way more stuff to talk about with people. You know what I mean? Like, you just become a way more interesting person because you're learning things, you know, you're not even necessarily I never ever feel like I'm selling something. You guys, I really don't. I really genuinely don't. I'm like, I'm just a person. I live my life every day. Sometimes I am happy, sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I want to lose weight, sometimes I want to eat cookies all day, whatever. It's just all the things, you know? And this is how I use these products in my home, in my life. This is how I'm improving myself and getting through the day sometimes. So this is really fun. And I think it's really going to help you guys to see like how to become an actual wellness advocate. All right. So let's jump over to the one more thing I want to show you. And I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but this part is really cool. So wholesale customer. So after we've gone through the quick start customer checklist, well, let's go back to that. Okay. So I showed you the begin the oils masterclass or learn on the go, however you want to do that. Step 4 is continuing education. Now, I don't always do this. So I don't always promise that I will be doing this, but right now, I just started a live continuing education program. So I do those classes live on Thursdays. And I always post them in my Facebook group. Okay. So if you want to kind of see the system for how I train on specific groups of products live, then you can join our Thursdays live continuing education. Like, there's like so much education, it's almost like too much, but I just have different people that sometimes they just want to kind of go on and look online and see for themselves. Other people are like, when are you doing live classes? I want to engage with you and all that, right? So however you want to do it, that is something I'm currently doing. We just started last Thursday, week 1. It was called I Have My Oils Now What? And then, so we'll be on week 2 this week. And I believe it's all about foundational nutrition. So you'll see how I teach about lifelong vitality, Terrazyme, PB Assist, like some of those products. So anyway, you can check that out if you like. So last thing here in the blue customer side is here. There's a lot of information here, but really just to start out in beginning your wellness journey, if any of your customers started with one of our top 10 essential oil boxes, right, which a lot of people do. I'd say they're the most popular boxes to get started with, right? Either like the family essentials or the healthy essentials, whichever size of bottle they got. Right here we have our top 10 oil uses box. Okay, so here's a PDF, and this is really cool. This has like all about lemon, and they're like, oh, I have lemon in my box, you know, and then I'm like, cool, get out your lemon sticker and stick the cap sticker on it, you know, and it's like, smell the lemon. And then there's even a video. It's like a 1-minute video about where the lemon comes from and like stuff like that. It's really interesting. Same thing with lavender. We've got our lavender oil, also gives some information about other products that doTERRA has that contain lavender. And then a 1-minute video about lavender. So we go through all the products: peppermint, melaleuca, also known as tea tree oil now, talks a little bit about our skincare products that contain that oil, oregano or oregano if you're from another country, frankincense oil, our respiratory blend, which is breathe or easy air, depending on the country you're in, our protective blend, which is on guard. And then there's tons of stuff that has on guard in it, right? So talk a little bit about that. Digestive blend, which is Zengest or Digestin, and our soothing blend, which is deep blue. And that's it. So you get like this top 10 uses PDF. That's a great way. If any of you or your customers started with our top 10 oils, I think this is the #1 thing that you should be sharing and talking about, because it's not too much information, you know, and like, that's it. That's cool. So that is that. we give a little nod in the direction of the Essential Life book. We don't have one on our website, but we show them like, hey, you can grab a book here if you want to have like a thick coffee table book to reference. And then we're kind of repeating again if they didn't get this yet, but the Learn on the Go section is our 21 days of oil education. All right. And this right here, the search from A to Z is, I feel like, the most useful thing that I have. Like in all of my business from the very beginning, this was the website that we all used from the beginning to kind of like learn about which oils to use. It's like having a reference book, but it's on your computer. And so you can just start searching on there. I won't go to it right now, but it's basically A to Z, like anything you want. It's like this whole online database of all the oils, how to use them. There's experiences and testimonials of different people that are using them. You can search for over 700 different areas of health. So if you are having some conversations with somebody and they, bring up, oh, well, I'm dealing with this or this, and you aren't really sure what to tell them, you can look there and let them know that too. Let them know, well, I'm not really sure. I've never personally dealt with that myself, but I know where to find the information. And you know what? I'll tell you this. One of the best things that I've done in my business throughout the years has really been to not try to be this professional, like, oh, I know everything, come to me for all the answers. Actually, that's not how you build an essential oil business. What you are trying to do is to empower other people to show them where to find the answers, right? I'm a mom. That's all I've ever been. I'm a mom, and I also lead an amazing community of wellness entrepreneurs, right? But when it comes to helping people, my goal is not to be the end all be all. I want them to see how they can search for their own solutions. So people really, it's like teach a man to fish, you know what I mean? Like, or give him a fish or teach him to fish. I'm more like teaching people how to fish. That's kind of the name of how I like to work this. So anyway, there's some great Q&A about, placing future orders, like how to order more oils. A lot of people have questions about that. You can do a one-time order or a monthly wellness rewards order. And there's a couple of LRP videos here that talk about, how to order, how to set up an LRP, when to do it, and those types of things, which, a lot of customers, those are some basic questions that people have there. So that's where you kind of find that information. And then we even have some ideas. A lot of times people are kind of like, well, I don't really know. What should I put in my cart? And it's like, well, what are we working on right now? Are we working on helping your digestion? Well, let's do a digestion kit. Are we working on maybe like some anxiety or depression? Well, let's do a calm and harmony kit, right? So you can click on those different things and it'll take you right to how to put those in your shopping cart and to create your first monthly order to start earning free product. That's really it. I mean, at the end of the day, like everything else I could teach you, any kind of training, any kind of motivation or business training or whatever, it always comes back to who are you helping, and then after that, who are you helping to help others? And that is how we have built our whole business, is just really connecting with people like one-on-one or, in a class is ideal, right? To try to teach a few people at a time. There's a few other tools here that I think are really helpful in sharing essential oils. So one of the most common conversations that I have with people, or if I'm helping like a new business partner, a new wellness advocate get started, they'll be like, okay, I made a list and I've got like 5 friends and they all want more information. What do I send them? And I'm like, okay, yes, perfect. So it depends on what they want to know about. So here we are. Have some friends who want to know more about essential oils. So the first one is basics about essential oils. All you have to do is just copy and paste this link here. It's eoemembers.com/oils. And this will guide them through the basics. I'm going to click on this for you so you can see. So you got a friend that's like, yeah, this is cool. I'm kind of interested in it. Can you send me some information? You're like, absolutely. So here's the link, eoemembers.com/oils. Number 1, what are essential oils? Number 2, why choose doTERRA? Number 3, sourcing and social responsibility, which is one of the coolest things about doTERRA that we all know about, right? Our co-impact sourcing and like the impact that we're making around the world, that matters, right? Number 4, how can I use them? Number 5, which oils will support my health naturally? There's quick videos about the oils. And how do I get started? And see, we refer them right back to you. Connect with the person that referred you to this page. So that is a great page for you to just send out. So I would just say, if you're trying to get your business off the ground and you're just wanting to get a lot of, just information, some basic information out to as many people as possible, you might have a conversation and say, if I sent you this information, would you take a look at it? And it's just, that's it. And then it's just yes or no. And if it's yes, I send them eoemembers.com/oils. And then I set a time to follow up and see what they thought. Sometimes you just got to get out of your own way. You know what I mean? You're just like, whatever, I'm doing this. I'm just gonna put my head down. I'm gonna make this happen, right? So that is the oils page. That's the oils information. Now, let's say that somebody has already, maybe they've gotten some samples and, they think it's pretty cool, or they've already used essential oils. And they want to see a class, and maybe you are not ready to teach a class yet, or maybe you don't have an upline that's like teaching classes, or what we did is we actually recorded one of my classes. It was my best class ever. Okay. And I put it on my website. No, I'm kidding. But I actually have a class that I taught, and it's already right here. So this class is about 40 minutes long. So it's definitely not just a quick, 6 minutes of information or whatever. It's a little bit longer, but you can download the PDF. You can watch the class, and there's even testimonials and experiences that we put here. So it's cool. I mean, it's a whole class. You could just send that class out until you are ready to start teaching your own classes, right? The last link that we created, if you're wanting to share oils or share the business, is if you have someone who is interested in joining your team to be a wellness advocate like you, right? And so we created this website. It's eoemembers.com/why. And we call it why because it's really like why we build the business, like why join doTERRA, right? So there's a couple of videos here about the current healthcare crisis, why essential oils, why doTERRA. You can see it's only 6 minutes long. And then there's a 2-minute one, and then there's a little bit about the compensation plan. There's actually a doTERRA business guide here, which is a complete breakdown of the doTERRA business opportunity. But just think about it like this is the flow, right? Like if you are, you're setting a goal, and let's say, your goal is to find your first business partner. And you're like, hey, I'm doing this. I'm super excited about it. I'm looking for one person who also feels kind of the same way that I feel, right? Or maybe they're in a similar situation, like with work or their finances or their community, and they really are looking for an opportunity. I just say, hey, this is what I'm creating. Are you open to taking a look at it? And then if they say yes, then I'm like, awesome. Check out this link. And would it be okay if I followed up with you in 3 days or 2 days or whatever, And then I send them this page, eoemembers.com/why. This is the page where it'll answer. It'll give them a great understanding of like doTERRA, the business, what it's all about, and how they get paid. And after that, then of course we have a personal conversation, and I ask good questions, and I figure out what really matters to them. Right? A lot of times when I'm mentoring somebody like within my team, if I've personally enrolled someone and they have a lot of people on their list, I will say, hey, I'd love to do some 3-way calls with you, but first send them this information and see if they will watch it. That's kind of an indication to me that they're genuinely interested in the business, right? If they're open to watching a couple of 6-minute videos and spending some time there. So those are the resources that we have created on this blue side. And so I really recommend, if you haven't done so already, to spend some time over here. Get to know the oil education, get to know, like the top 10 uses PDF and how to search different health challenges and to make recommendations. And then as people are interested and want to learn more, then check out these pages that we've created that will help make it more simple for you to share about the oils, and a little bit about the business, right? We don't do too much business on the customer side just because we know that most customers are not interested in that and we don't want to overwhelm them with it, right? But I hope that it's helpful for you. So just as kind of a recap today, what I recommend you do is, and if you're just joining me, hello, nice to meet you. What I recommend you do is just go here to eoemembers.com and click on the blue Access Oil Education side. Just start here. Don't let yourself get too overwhelmed with it. Just remember, your job is to learn about essential oils, to use essential oils, and to share what you love with other people. And when you have that love and that authentic experience that's really working for you in your life, it'll be very easy for you to have these conversations with people. All right. So I would say give yourself a whole week here and just really dive deep and figure out like what it means to you and how you're going to use the oils, how you're going to share them with others. And then we can move on, from there into intentionally making a list of people and listening to some daily mentor calls to get a clear picture of some strategies. But I know from experience that if you don't find like your why and your drive and passion for the oils and for this company, you'll kind of get stuck there and you'll have to go back and find that. So let's start at the beginning. And if you've been with me and training with me for a long time, you'll know that I've been, teaching this for a long time, but my recommendation to you is to actually do exactly what I'm telling you right now, like start over fresh. And that's actually what I have done over the last 6 months. I've built a lot of different teams and started over a few different times. And what has been bringing me the most joy lately is just starting over fresh as like a brand new customer, experiencing all the oils and like having my own new experiences, right? And just really what it does is it gives me new, authentic conversations to have with people. So then as I jump over into the business training side of things, I feel more intentional and authentic as I'm having those new conversations, as I'm teaching new classes and things. And as I'm starting as I'm helping new wellness advocates to get started. So I hope that feels easy and light for you. Like I mentioned, here in the blue side, there is a welcome video. Please start there. It will teach you exactly what to do, how to use it. It's literally like walks you through like every single thing. It's only 10 minutes long. So that is a great place for you to begin your journey as not only a customer, but also somebody who is going to walk a lot of customers through the process as well. So would love to hear from a few of you if you have any questions. Mary, did I kind of answer your question from earlier? How does that feel for you?
That was super helpful because it was interesting because Linda had mentioned, your website probably when I first signed up or within the first few months, but it was just, I got on there, I was like, oh, this looks really cool. But yeah, studying for school was kind of took over. And so, yeah, it's interesting, you're saying get back to basics. And that's what I've done is just like, okay, where's that first email that she sent me? Make a list of what do I have? What do I need? Where do I need to go? And I think that's been the other piece is like, if I just have like 1 or 2 places where either I can go for information or send other people so I don't need to know, I'm just like, go there.
Yes.
So yeah, super helpful.
Thank you. And I'm glad you brought that up, like full disclosure, you guys, like I want you to understand something. I have built this whole business all the way to Presidential Diamond as a mom of 5 kids, and they're home and they're boys and they're wild. And I did the whole thing during nap time. So when you have 2 hours, where you're like, okay, I'm going to shower, eat, or work on my doTERRA business, sometimes not in that order, it's like, it has to be efficient and it has to be simple. And as I have worked and I've mentored with all the top leaders in all of network marketing, Eric Worre, John Maxwell, all the people, all the amazing people. what I have learned is that network marketing, the beauty of network marketing is that anyone and everyone should be able to do this. It's not about being this like bright shiny superstar. And I actually think that um if you see yourself like being too much of a bright shiny superstar, understand that you can maybe sign up some customers that way, but people who look at you and think, oh my gosh, I could never do that, I could never be like she is, I don't have myself together. None of us really feel like we have ourselves together, you know what I mean? Like really, I mean, maybe like once a week I have myself together, but it's not supposed to be this complicated thing. It's a lot of people really having good experiences with the oils and really using like the plant medicine and seeing improvements in their life and feeling like, yeah, you know what? I could probably share this with like somewhere between 5 and 10 people. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how it starts, or maybe even just like 3 people to start, and it's a few people sharing with a few people. So that's the point of our website, is that it's like so basic that anybody can really do it. So I hope you guys can feel that. That's one of my favorite things about this business, network marketing in general, but specifically doTERRA, is that the oils are so amazing, and people have such individual and like really cool experiences with them, that it grows because people genuinely love it, and that's why doTERRA has grown to be, the largest essential oil company in the world, and the leadership that we get to be a part of is just, it's really, really cool, because it's an environment that allows anybody to grow. And that's really exciting to me. So thank you guys for being on. I see in my chat, where will you have the recording of this meeting? Let's see. I will post it in Team EOE Leaders, which is our main Facebook group. That's the one that like everybody on my team is on. So that's probably where you got this link as well, or maybe your upline sent it to you or something. But Daniela, whose team are you on? Who's some of your upline leaders?
Hey, Kirsten.
Hi.
I have my Blue Diamond leader is Jane Mullen.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Awesome. So you and Mary are on the same team. Well, within Jane. I mean, I don't know how it all
Within
goes.
Jane. Okay.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, that's great.
So I was enrolled by Bobby Joe Myers, so she is under Jane.
Awesome. That's so great. I know Jane really well. She's come to my home here in Hawaii before.
Yep.
And I'm trying to think, did she go to Guatemala with us? She might have
I
gone.
don't think she went to Guatemala. Donna did.
Donna did. And I was just in Mexico with Brad and Donna. So anyways, I love the team that you're on. They're such beautiful people. That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. Well, thanks for being on. This was just a quick kind of overview of how to get started. Definitely share the recording with anybody new who is wanting to learn like how to just understand the oils better, understand where to get started. I hope it's been helpful for you. Hi, Rita. I know you, Rita. Nice to see you again. Nice to see your name anyways. So, well, thanks for being on. Oh yes, hello, gorgeous.
I have a question, Kirsten, if you don't mind.
Uh-huh.
How would you work with somebody, with a chiropractor's office? I know that I listened, you guys had a recording with a chiropractor. It was a while back that I listened to that. But, they're already enrolled, they're on my team. They're husband and wife, chiropractor. They have a practice in here in Arizona. And I don't really know exactly how to have them, incorporate the doTERRA into their practice. Yes, they do use a little bit of the deep blue. They are ordering sometimes, oils here and there for their patients. But I told them that that's not the right way, and I understand that they use the supplements because they are part of Empowered Chiropractic, and they have their own line of supplements and everything, which, I definitely understand that they will not use the doTERRA supplements. But what would you recommend? What approach shall I have, for them to maybe get them more interested and more excited about the opportunity?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's two ways to go about doing this. All right. And the way that I would approach it is I actually would not expect a chiropractor to do doTERRA as a business, right? Because you have to really think about it. This chiropractor went to school, spent, hundreds of, thousands of dollars, right, on their education. They are a chiropractor. They have an office, they have overhead, they have client, they're running a chiropractic business. That's their daily focus, what they're doing. That's how they make money, So they're not going to take any of their time away from constantly wanting to build that business, right? So what I would do is I would just always look at how you can add value to their current business. What I would start with is I would just ask them if you could do a giveaway at their office. So you have you're giving away a package of Deep Blue, or maybe just some Deep Blue samples, or like a pain giveaway of some kind, copaiba, turmeric capsules, Deep Blue rub, whatever you got. Mm-hmm. And I would do a giveaway in their office to get leads for your business. So if you have a relationship with them like that, then what you start doing is then when you get those names and phone numbers and emails, then you can make those calls or send out those emails. And it's up to you to decide who wins. A lot of times I just say everybody wins, right? Everybody, you're the winner, and so maybe it's a sample pack or whatever it is that you want to give away. And you start building relationships with their customers in that way by adding value to their customers with those products. And the chiropractors like the products, right? So it's not like you're coming in and offering something that they don't agree with. I mean, they're into it, right?
Exactly. So and they all, as I said, they're already enrolled, they already enrolled. And I just...
Yeah. Okay. So the first thing is you're going to use their customer base for you to find new customers. Those are going to be your doTERRA customers. You're the enroller. You get to place them wherever you want. I mean, if you want to put them under the chiropractor because you believe that if you could build some momentum under that chiropractor, maybe you could build out the chiropractor's power of 3 or something, start structuring some of their customers and show the chiropractor hey, you just got your $50 bonus, you just got your $250, and then they might see the light. You could do that, but I would recommend that you keep those enrollments for yourself and put them under there or put them wherever you want, depending on how you're structuring your team. Okay. That is option number 1. Now, option number 2 would be to really have a straightforward conversation with the chiropractor and say, look, I know you're busy. I know that, you're already running your own thing, but what I'm seeing is that eventually you're going to want to have a stream of income that will pay you whether you got your hands on one of your patients or whether you don't. I know that chiropractors have a certain amount of time in their life where they can, get in and fix bodies. And then after that, it's actually a very taxing job to do, right? So what I want to do is help you to start building up a residual income stream so that when the time comes, you may be able to make that shift or maybe take fewer clients. And we're talking about whenever you want to do it. I'm not saying retire right now, right? But what I would like to do is help to build up your client base with the products, with all the things, and show you how this business could work for you. There's actually a Facebook group for doTERRA chiropractors. So I recommend, Daniela, that you join that Facebook group. Just search for it on Facebook, doTERRA chiropractors or something. And they have chiropractor tear pads. They have chiropractor prescription, pads that people use actually at the front desk. So if the chiropractor makes some recommendations, then they just tear that off, hand it to their client, and the client can check out at the front desk with that order that the chiropractor recommended. So that's a whole other thing. See, you're asking the chiropractor to integrate the products into their daily recommendations, and your chiropractor may or may not be in a place where they're open to doing that. So see how I just taught you, like step one would just kind of be like, doing a giveaway and getting some signups with some customers. Step two would be teaching the chiropractor how to integrate it and showing the chiropractor how the business could be a really beneficial part of their current business.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right. Well, it's been a joy being here with you. I hope it's been helpful. We'll post the recording in Team EOE Leaders. Rewatch it again if you'd like. I think this is probably one of the most simple and easy ways to get started for you and any of your wellness advocate business partners. So enjoy that, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Take
Wonderful.
care.
Have a good night. Thank you for.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Bye, Rita.